Preloved Chica, passion for fashion. Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Preloved Chica. We've had an amazing chat before we went live today with my guest, Stephanie Roper from the Wardrobe Angel. Stephanie, say hi.
Hello.
We were chatting for about 15 minutes about so many fabulous things, but on this live broadcast, I just would like to introduce you to Stephanie. We met online, and Stephanie's got an amazing business all about making sense of your wardrobe. Isn't that right?
Yes. So what I love since I was like being 2 years old is clothes. And what I realized in my kind of early 30s was that shops are really good at selling you stuff, but they're not very good at showing you how to put stuff together and make outfits. So wardrobes over time, they don't reflect how a shop merchandises itself. So shops are very seasonal, and your wardrobe can just be years and years worth of things built up. Bought for different reasons with different amounts of money spent on them. And after having amassed a huge inordinate amount of clothes myself that I never wore and never used, I downsized my own wardrobe and started to look at how to make a wardrobe work effectively. So how to build a capsule wardrobe, how to build a wardrobe that answered your needs for every occasion, and how to make a wardrobe that really suited your lifestyle. And that's a really big thing for women especially, is that they have so many different hats to wear. You know, you might be a mum, a businesswoman, a sister, an aunt. You might have play dates and nights out with the girls, and your wardrobe has to answer all of those expectations upon your life. And for me, starting the Wardrobe Angel was about helping women understand what their wardrobes needed to do for them. Right. And so they would always have something to wear and always feel amazing in what they're wearing, because they're wearing the right shapes for kind of their bodies.
Yes. And do you feel that you've got into this, the whole thing about clothes, but it's sparked off another interest, you know, about the ethical side of fashion? No, you're very, into that. So tell me how it ties in.
So when I first started the Wardrobe Angel, I had been working in fashion retail as a visual manager and a regional visual manager for about 8 years. And then I started the Wardrobe Angel, and one night I was asked to do a talk at a Women's Institute meeting in Manchester. And they had a couple of other stylists there who were going to talk about what they were doing. And I knew that if I just got up and talked about clothes, it would be the same kind of message that they were saying. So I started to do some research online about statistics of how much we have hanging in our wardrobes, how much we wear and don't wear, what goes into landfill. And the statistics really resonated with me on a level that I'd never experienced before. So I gave this talk, and afterwards there was a big clothes swap, and I was saying, my whole message was, please don't put your clothes in the bin, please recycle, please look at extending the life cycle of your clothes. Outside of your wardrobe, you can donate to charity, to a friend, you can upcycle your clothing, you can dye it, you don't need to consume so much, basically.
And that's such a great message. So good.
But I think it's being lost, in the whole fast fashion industry, and I don't think people take as much pride in their clothes as they used to. People don't mend so often, or because they're not buying maybe the best quality that they can afford, maybe the clothes aren't lasting as long, so the turnover is higher. And
I know it's shocking, because some girls, they'll actually wear something once and then throw it in the bin.
No, I gave a talk at another WI group, and it was the women were mainly over 60 and had grown up, different kind of generation to me. And I was saying to them about the statistics of, pretty much every wardrobe has about £1,000 worth of underused or unworn clothing. The average wardrobe has £70 worth of sale items still with the ticket on, hanging in their wardrobes, because they were bought because they were in the sale, but they weren't bought because they were needed or were serving a purpose. And they were just horrified. And then I was saying, well, actually, 1 in 4 purchases will end up in landfill in the UK. And the other women were horrified. And I was saying, but I'm in a different generation where clothing, like a lot of things, has become a waste product. You know, we don't need it, we just get rid of it. And
Easy
the whole
to buy, easy to buy. I mean, the shops are there stacked full,
yeah,
and we just buy it and then, you know, waste it.
yes, and it's the cheapness of it. So I was saying, you know, you can buy a vest top for 99p now, and you might wear it on holiday a few times, and then when you come home, it might have sun cream marks in it, it might have shrunk, or and you might just think, well, because I only paid 99p for it, in my mind, I equate it with something that has no value. So then therefore, I will throw that in the bin. And that's the problem, because even if those clothes were bundled up and taken to the charity shop as rags, they would be recycled. But once they hit landfill, they can't be salvaged again because they've been tainted by other chemicals in the landfill. Yeah. And then they, you know, it'll take them ages to decompose. So yeah,
it's a huge thing. There's also, you know, how clothes are made, and then all the resources that go into it. But anyway, that's on the negative side. Yes. What we're doing, we're inspiring women to, you know, get those wardrobes that are going to work for them, and yes, that's great what you do there.
Yeah, I absolutely love my job, and I see just a real variety of women, and some men, but mostly women, from all different walks of life, all different shapes and sizes, and they have all been flummoxed by the fashion industry, and just, so maybe they've had a significant life change. So they may have been divorced or promoted or had a baby, or there's weight gain or weight loss, and suddenly their wardrobe just doesn't work. They open the doors in the morning and there's nothing to wear, even though it's full, and they just don't know what to do. And I've seen a lot of women who maybe used to shop in one shop, and suddenly they go in there and it's full of 20-year-olds, and they're like, well, I don't feel welcome anymore, or suddenly the clothes don't fit me anymore, or they don't seem to be as good quality. And then where do I shop? You know, where do I get my clothes from now? So I spend a lot of times walking around shops and shopping centres, looking at the sizing and the fabric and the quality and the price, and matching them up to types of women that I meet in my mind, so that I've got almost like a dictionary of shops that I can just access and say, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this label? You know, if you like Zara, you might like this, or if you like Wallace, you might like this. Yeah. So yeah, that's been really important as well.
I remember reading on your website that you will actually, you know, help people to, well, get money from their wardrobe, that you will actually, you know, sell the things for them, so that they're not going to go to waste. So that compensates for your services, I guess.
Well, it's I remember that one of the first clients I had, she had a couple of Karen Millen dresses, and at the end of the appointment, I said to her, well, you just need to find somebody who can sell these on eBay for you. And as I was driving home, I was thinking, why don't I sell them on eBay? Like, I'm really good at eBay anyway. I'd used it, you know, for years already. So I went back and took the dresses off her and sold them. And since then, it's become so it's like kind of a thrifty thing to do. But a lot of the reason that women hang on to something is because they spent a certain amount of money on it. And even if they're not wearing it or using it, they still spent that money on it, and they're not willing to part with it, because in their head, that pair of jeans or that dress is worth X amount of money, and that's all they can see. So for me, it's about offering them something back from the investment that they made in their wardrobe. And, you know, I've had one client who I've made her £350, another that I've made her £20, but it's still something. And that, I think, just for some of them, it's almost like it signifies that it wasn't all a mistake, all the things that they bought, because they can still get something back for them.
That is so good. That is such a different take on it. So I really like that. And I think you're going to get busier and busier, because I've been looking at this KonMari method. Have you come across that? This beautiful Japanese lady who is talking about the joy of everything, the joy of clothes, I guess, and not having lots of stuff you don't need, but just what you need. It's going to be good for you.
Oh my God. I read it just before Christmas, and just literally I went through all of the crockery in the dining room. I went through all the drawers in the kitchen. I went through my own wardrobe, actually. And the thing for me that I found really interesting, and I wrote a really long blog post about it, was that I'd been wearing all the things that didn't bring me joy. They were in my wardrobe and I've been wearing them. When I actually looked at them individually, I just thought these certain feelings came up about them, or memories, or just really specific things. Like I like a specific type of animal print, and I had this jumper that was brown with blue kind of leopard print on it, and I'd bought it and thought, oh my god, this jumper's amazing, and it was a charity shop purchase, so I was doubly happy because it was only about £3.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I was holding it in my hands and I thought, I know why I don't like this. And first of all, I don't like brown, and second of all, I don't like the pattern as much as another leopard print that I owned. So yeah, it's so fascinating. It's such an amazing book that brings you face to face with your possessions and just makes you really think about what you want in your life.
Yes. I've not read it, but I've watched several videos, and just everything about her is very inspiring.
Yes.
So excellent. So anyway, we got distracted there by the KonMari method. And do you know, Stephanie, we have been talking for 10 minutes now. I knew it would be like that.
You can sit all day.
Yeah, anything to do with clothes. I know both of us are very passionate about it. So what I'm going to say is, please come back next time, because we've actually got a few things, collaboration plans in place. One of them is an online swishing party. So watch this space. And I'm sure there's so many other things that we can do. So I'm going to say thank you so much for giving up your time today, and I hope you're going to share that blog post in the video down below, because that would be really interesting. Love to read that. And again, thanks, Stephanie. It's been great.
Thank you. I honestly, I'll see you very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know where you live. All right, thanks everyone for listening. Till next time, bye for now.